Kazakhstan can become a leading gas country, said Zharkeshov, the head of the Kazakh Gas National Company, in an exclusive interview for New Time. According to him, this is facilitated by the vast reserves of energy resources within the country's territory. The estimated volume of gas in Kazakhstan's subsoil is 62 trillion cubic meters, of which approved and recoverable reserves are 4 trillion cubic meters. If we can convert this 62 trillion into proven reserves, we will be able to enter the top 10 countries, said Mr. Zharkeshov. For more details on the goals and tasks of the gas industry, watch our exclusive interview.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure actually to have you here. And let me start from this question. Let us talk first about the importance of the maintenance of the energy security in Kazakhstan. It is planned by the year of 2030 that gas sector will become the driving force of the Kazakh economy. And I would like to ask you about the new strategy of the gas development that Kazakh Gas proposed last year. Could you please tell us more about it?
Thank you for the invitation and thank you for the interest to the gas industry. Indeed, gas industry is becoming one of the driving forces of the national economy development. And as you know, by 2029, the new task is to double the GDP. And one of the tasks is to rejuvenate gas industry. National company Kazakh Gas was created back in 1992, as you know, and then it was merged with Kazakh Oil and then part of KMG. In end of 2021, Kazakh Gas became a standalone national gas company, and it wasn't the accident. This was done deliberately by our president, by his vision, and it's important to realize that Kazakhstan has always been an oil country. And in the global arena, nobody knew us as a gas country. Although we do have a lot of oil reserves and resources, we also have a lot of gas resources. And if you think about the global energy balance change, because of decarbonization, because of energy security issues, and because of some of the geopolitical events happening in the world, gas is becoming a solution. Gas is a transit fuel between dirty and clean. So we're moving away from dirty sources of energy to more clean, and gas has to be the bridge between the two, and it is the bridge we see in many countries globally. And I can see that we can realize this potential to become a gas country. We possess about 62 trillion cubic meters of prognosed gas resources. These are undiscovered resources, and about 3.8 to 4 trillion cubic meters of proven gas reserves. And this is per the official report of the complex comprehensive study of all our sedimentary basins done by our famous geologists in Kazakhstan. So in 2022, Kazakh Gas has developed a new strategy to basically realize this whole potential of the gas industry in Kazakhstan, make Kazakhstan a gas country also, not only oil country, and also provide these resources, trade gas, methane basically, to our citizen, to our national economy, to exports and to transits as well. So if you think about the global scale in the energy balance, at the moment roughly 70% of our electricity generation comes from coal, and per our Paris Agreement commitments, we have to significantly lower it. By 2030, per the Ministry of Energy's report, we have to achieve about 30% of that electricity generation that should come from gas. That's a huge change, huge shift in the energy balance, and we have to be ready for that.
Kazakh Gas signed an agreement with foreign companies for the development of the Pridorozhная field in the Turkestan region. Correct. And you already mentioned that one of the main tasks of the Kazakh Gas would be increasing the gas resource base in the country. So my question is, how can this and other cooperation with foreign companies in this regard be helpful?
This is an important question. In the exploration and production business, it's important to use the best practices from the world. Usually the system called carry financing, which is basically an investor comes into a country, takes all the risks themselves, and doesn't put any financial or the geological risks on the national company. They take it on themselves. And then if there's a find, basically make a discovery, geological and technical discovery and commercial, then they're going to share the product as a production sharing agreement 50-50. This is exactly what we're trying to do. We have really good assets. Over the last 2 years, we've developed quite a robust and interesting exploration portfolio. We basically reserved under Kazakh name in the State Geological Committee about 9 exploration licenses. And they have the highest geological chance of success, technical and commercial chance of success. And the foreign investors know that. They know that the material is there, structure is there. They are interested. That's why they are ready to invest and take the risks on themselves. So Kazakh as a national company gets a lot of benefit out of this model. And then after that, development starts. So for Pridorozhny in particular, we got interest from Chinese companies, from Turkish companies, and also from Kazakhstani companies that now they really see the changes in the gas industry that is becoming quite attractive economically, because we're running the deregulation reform with the Ministry of Energy, incentive programs, improved model contracts that is done thanks to the government. Now, all of a sudden, all these gas assets are becoming quite interesting. So Pridorozhny, I'm sure, will be a success, and we are in the process of selecting the right partner right now.
In 2023, Russia, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan signed and agreed on transportation of Russian gas through the territory of Kazakhstan to Uzbekistan. In this regard, my question is, how do you see the prospects of this project, and can we forecast scales of the transportation?
Absolutely. Kazakhstan, as the country that is landlocked but has very important neighbors, has a transit potential, and the country's leadership says we have to maximize its capacity and potential so that we can use its territory for the benefits of its people. So this particular project is the case in point. So the agreement between Russia and Uzbekistan on purchasing gas was a great achievement, I think, because Uzbekistan needs gas, Russia has gas, and in between the two countries, Kazakhstan can be a transit country and had become. So the 3 presidents kicked off this project last October, and this was a great win for Kazakhstan, and because in the record time we were able to very quickly repair and reconstruct our gas transportation system so that we can ensure that our gas pipeline system is ready to make the transit. This was phase 1. We are getting quite a significant revenue from the transit, and we're using that to develop our national economy. We reinvest into our exploration and production assets, boosting and modernizing our gas transportation system and some of the downstream projects. And phase 2 will be, to answer your question, will be another boost to this volume, and will be a significant boost, and that means there's going to be more revenue for Kazakhstan. At the moment, I can't exactly state the volume because it's a negotiation process between the buyer and the seller. So basically, buyer Russia, the buyer and purchaser. The purchaser is Uzbekistan side, and seller is the Russian side. So once they agree between each other, we're going to know the exact volumes, but we're basically getting ready to facilitate this transit.
And last but not least, may I ask you, what is your vision of the future international cooperation, and what KPI do you set for the Kazakh gas, or maybe for the whole industry for the next 5 years?
That's quite an important question, I would say. As I said, we have a robust strategy that is working, that is being implemented, that is giving results. So for me, for the next 5 years, we need to ensure that, first of all, the gas industry becomes economically viable. So the socially fair deregulation reform that is being implemented by the Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of National Economy has to reach its goals. So to ensure that gas industry is economically viable, and Kazakh plays a critical role in this. We're a 100% regulated monopoly. Secondly, as I said, we have a lot of gas, a lot of resources and reserves. We need to ensure we maximize the production out of these potential. Thirdly, obviously, main priority, I would say, for national company is ensuring the internal consumption in Kazakhstan. As I said, we're going to see a doubling consumption in the next 10 to 15 years, and we have to make sure that it's stable. We have given the delivery assurance to this consumption, the basic new businesses, citizen, the electricity generation, petrochemical projects, etc. So, and also international cooperation. So we border with some important gas countries, including Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, China, and Russia. And I believe we can maximize a synergy between these countries. Across Caspian Sea, we border with Iran and Azerbaijan. These are all gas countries as well. So we need to make sure that we maximize our potential and become a significant player in this region, especially with our not only internal consumption, but also transit role and export role to these countries.